Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We are going to be doing a craft today, and it's going to be Halloween related because I just can't handle it. And of course, my love of dolls is going to be incorporated. So, hope you can stick around. Here we go. Don't forget to check me out on Etsy. The link to my shop is in the description of every video.
Welcome to my castle in Transylvania. We will be doing 2 DIYs this evening. I hope you're not that afraid. Beware of creatures in the shadows. We will be using dolls. Doll heads, that is.
Well, guys, how the heck are ya? I hope you're doing fabulous. I'm doing pretty good. Couldn't wait no longer to do a Halloween project. So this is my Half-O-Ween project. Remember the one that I did with the gruesome grapes and the red dead apples? Well, I have lots of bodies left with no heads. So I figured we'd use them. My handy dandy bowl of body parts. You know, everybody's got one of those laying around, right? So, I'm picking the best candidates that might be the proper size for my skelly. And I've got 3 candidates here. What I'll have to do, or what you would have to do, this one with the jagged edge, would be to get a diamond blade for a Dremel tool, and that'll cut right through this porcelain. That one, no. Too small, little peanut head. I like the way the boy looks, and I like this white one. Moving on, I have got, well, you know, if you drink wine, you're going to have some corks or laying around. So, got an old cork, and I'm cutting it into pieces. I decided upon the white head. I just figured it was matchy-matchy, you know, matchy-matchy with the body. So I put a little bit of the hot glue in the head, and I'm shoving pieces of the cork into the head. Now that I've got that accomplished, I've got a hole that I've put in there to put that right on to the spine. Now, we have to give it a bow, so I'm using this hemp, except I'm doubling it up. So I have 2 pieces that I've cut the same length. I'm going to flip her over, put a little dab of glue on the back, wait till that dries, and then tie it in the front. Do, you know, like you're tying your shoes. Put another dab of glue so it stays in place. And then here I am with my sausage fingers trying really hard to do a proper bow here and just sliding it through to get it to a good size that matches. And taking a pair of scissors and cutting the excess off to the length that I like. Isn't she pretty? I think she's pretty. Now, this step you can skip if you want to. Totally up to you. If you want to hang her, say, on a tree, a Halloween tree, then do this. If you don't, then, she'll just sit wherever you place her, just fine. But I thought she would be cool as a Halloween ornament. So I just did this with a little piece of that hemp. Now, I wasn't really happy that the head was stark white in comparison to the body. So I took a wet piece of sponge and put a little bit of black on there, black paint, acrylic paint. Rubbed it all over her to make her look, kind of grungy.
If you think she's scary, then you'll be delighted with project number 2.
Project number 2 requires a 3 to 4 foot skeleton. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I had to. First thing you gotta do, unscrew the noggin. Set it aside or give it to your cat. Actually makes a pretty good cat toy. Okay, we have another head. It's me, guys. I just have them, they're just lying around the house. But this one seems to be the perfect candidate. I've got some ribbon that I purchased, I think it was last year. I love the checkered pattern of the orange and black, and it does have wire on the edges, which is what you need. A little bit of glue in the back and the front. I'm basically just wrapping this around the neck and leaving some length on the front that's going to hang down. And this is just covering up the neck so that when it's placed on top of the skeleton's body, just kind of all blends. There's not, it's not obvious. It's obvious, but it's not obvious. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so this is how we're making our bow. This bow is going to go over what we just did around the neck. I cut a length of 12-inch and a length of 14-inch. And all I'm doing is putting a little bit of the glue going across there, the hot glue, and folding it over and pressing it down. And so you have 2 different lengths. And you're going to take the larger piece, that one's on the bottom, and you're flattening it out, and then you will place the smaller piece right on top of it. And you want to make sure they're centered. There you go. See? Now, I am going to make another piece. This one is going to go through the center. So just a small piece. You can gauge the size. I just kind of willy-nilly just cut a piece small. And I'm kind of fluffing it out on the ends here to give you an idea of what I'm kind of doing here. That wire ribbon lets you get that nice fullness in a bow. That's why I like it so much. See? So now we're taking that little piece like that, and we're going to scrunch this kind of together. And we're going to take that little piece that we made and wrap it around that middle and use some of that hot glue and glue it to the back to hold it together. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to put them in the comments. I will answer you the best of my ability. You know, sometimes I just kind of wing it, and things just, sometimes happen, good or bad. So, this chick, she needs a hat. She really does. So, she's got that big old bald head. There's no hair there. I had this old hat, which I have oodles of them, and I opened it up, took a piece of thicker paper, it's kind of a grayish black, and I traced it out, the shape of the hat, and just used my handy dandy hot glue and went around the perimeter and just pressed that hat down on top of it, like so. And now I rolled it back up into shape using hot glue again and covering that seam, getting it back into its original form. Now, I am making a witch's hat. So I just scoured my house for something that was about the proper size that I needed to trace. And it was a picture. You just never know. Anywho, moving on, I'm going to take this circle that we cut out and I am going to paint it with black acrylic paint. And I'm going to do the same thing on the hat so that they match, matchy-matchy. Now, I don't want the hat floating on top of the head. That would look a little funny. So I want to, cut out the center of it so that it sits not on top, but, her head kind of fits into the hat. So I am making a bunch of tabs. I cut a smaller circle in the center, and I'm cutting a bunch of tabs using some hot glue, and I'm going to fold those in, and they adhere nicely to that rim, and it makes it nice and sturdy. Now, as far as the embellishments go, I just repeated what I did around the neck and made a bow, just a smaller version, and then I just felt like this needed a spider, So I grabbed a spider and, again, with some hot glue and stuck it on the front there.
I hope you enjoyed your trip to my castle. You never know what's lurking in the shadows. You made it out safely this time. Maybe next time you won't be so lucky.